Most trusted advisor, it seems nothing can stop the detestable Xiongnu. Despite strenuous efforts to halt their forays into the Ordos, they managed to break through, and now our once proud city of Hao has been ignominiously sacked. It seems the soldiers did not rally when the beacon fires were lit, as too many times before, King Yo had them fired just to see a smile on the face of a petulant concubine. Yo Wang now lies dead in the ashes of Hao, and our new regent, Ping Wang, fears for his life. For this reason, the capital is being moved eastward. It is your good fortune, noble commissioner, that engineers have already constructed strong defenses at Lo Yi. However, the site for a temple complex must still be staked out. More income from trade can be had by striking coins at the mint, and soldiers armed with powerful crossbows can now protect the city. Nutritious soybeans will supplement your citizens' diet. The river provides tasty fish, but also a certain danger, as heavy spring rains can cause flash floods.
Welcome back to Emperor, Rise of the Middle Kingdom. As I'm sure you've noticed, the resolution has changed here. I can no longer play it at the original game resolution due to the driver issues with my upgraded graphics card without it pulling the game to the side, basically stretching everything and making it look out of proportion. So I am going with the widescreen mod from this point on, and I apologize to those of you who might be on mobile devices. Things might look a little smaller, but it's much better than having things distorted, and that was really the other choice. So we have a population of 3,200 that we're aiming for here, much larger than anything we've seen before. We've also got a temple complex to build, so there's going to be a lot to do in this map. We've got soybeans, we've got mint, new structure that we're going to be building, and also crossbowmen are new. So a lot to look forward to here. The history in the briefing is pretty accurate as far as it goes, but there's more worth unpacking. King Yo was very much overwhelmed by an attack from the west, but contrary to the impression given that he was fighting as hard against that as he could, he actually had a significant hand in creating the circumstances that led to the attack in the first place. Yo is the son of King Xuan, who we talked about in the last scenario. Xuan ruled for about 40 to 45 years and was at the very least moderately competent. Yao lasted 10 years at most, and his fall, much like we saw in the Shang dynasty, had its roots in him making a dubious decision on who would be his favorite concubine. Initially, the situation is quite stable. Yao marries Queen Shen, daughter of a key provincial leader of one of the states. Shen has a son, Yizhu, who is named the Taiji, that is, the supreme son, the heir to the throne. All very standard practice in the ancient world, and even more recently, marriages cementing political alliances. After a couple years, though, Yo begins to favor a new concubine, Bao Si. She has a son, Bofu. Bao Si is promoted to queen, Bofu's promoted to being the heir, and Shen and her son are demoted. And Queen Shen's father did not approve of this, to put it mildly. His response was basically to join an alliance with some of the dynasty's enemies to the west and join in an attack on the capital. And that's where the beacons come in, because it was famously difficult to get Bao Si to smile or laugh. And King Yo offered a reward for anyone who could come up with a way to do that. One of the suggestions that came up was just the practical joke in poor taste that he ended up doing, lighting the beacons to warn of an attack. When no attack was coming, the nobles arrive to help defend, and the queen laughs at them. But Yao wasn't sufficiently satisfied to only do this once. Apparently he did it multiple times, and so it's very much a boy who cried wolf type of scenario. Through his own, at the very least, politically unwise decision, he's alienated a key ally who goes and fights with the enemy and attacks, and then he's abused his power to the point where people don't believe him when he says he needs help defending. So according to the story, at the slopes of Mount Li near the capital, the retreating members of his entourage and what remained of the army there and everything were slaughtered. Man, woman, child, animal. And apparently the deposed Queen Shen's father did not participate in this part of it. But the Chanrong, who he had allied with, well, they were perfectly willing to do that dirty deed, as it were. The capital of Haoxi was burnt. But the dynasty was not completely overthrown at this time. It appears that the goal wasn't to completely subvert everything and say that the mandate of heaven had been withdrawn. but just to restore what the Shens and others felt was the natural progression. Queen Shen's son was renamed to Ping Wang and eventually elevated to be the new ruler. Not everybody thought Ping was the right choice, though, which plays into what the briefing said about him being fearful at the start of his reign. Others among the Chinese nobility combined with the Chanrong to name Yao's younger brother, King Shi, the new ruler. And so for a period of a couple decades, you effectively have a division with two Shou kings until Shi is eventually killed in 750 BCE, and then it's unified once again. This begins what is known as the Spring and Autumn period of Chinese history, hence the title of the scenario, Spring and Autumn Weather. That title might lead to the conclusion that it was a time of peace and harmony and sunshine and flowers, but that's not exactly what happened. Continuing disintegration, decline in Xiao royal power. The capital moves somewhat to the east to Luoyi, therefore the Eastern Zhou period. The whole spring and autumn name comes from what has become known as one of the 5 classics of ancient Chinese literature, the Spring and Autumn Annals, which were thought to have been compiled by Confucius himself, but modern scholars tend to say that's not the case. Regardless, it's a very important history of the state of Lu over this period, which is the state that Confucius was native to. Depending on how you measure it, it's a period covering roughly 250 years. Increasing conflict, but there is at least the pretense that the Shou dynasty is still existing and in charge. All of that makes it clear why this empire map is the way it is. We can interact with all of the other cities as usual, except not Hao. Because Hao, of course, was recently devastated, and therefore we can't trade with them, we can't attack them, they can't attack us, they might as well not even be there. However, it would have been nice if there was a note over here to that effect. Nonetheless, the effect is we simply can't interact with them for all of this scenario. Starting out with 13,600 and change, we've got our big wall going all the way around the city. It's supposed to be fortified against attacks. We'll see how that works out for us. And so we've got fish. We have the 2 different types of farms, of course, soybeans, wheat, and hemp, plus silk, so lots of crop possibilities. Won't need the irrigation. Industry is pretty widespread as well. We've got the clay there. We can do logging or stoneworks, and this is going to be key for getting materials to build the temple complex. We've got bronze. We can make that into bronze ware. We've got the kiln here. Weaver and jade carver. So not all of the industries, but quite a few are available to us. By the way, on the government tab here is where the mint will show up. It just doesn't show up until we get the palace going. And then we also have the new fort here, the crossbowman fort. So there are many possibilities open to us, and we're going to be sprawling all over this map. We're going to be needing to use most of those options. Can only fit 1 housing block inside the city. This is the only place we can put inspectors, and for that reason, there really isn't a good inspector regime anywhere nearby. The actual next closest would be outside this wall, which I am going to use. But to be able to get the market really close here was going to be a struggle. So I've actually got the market inside the housing block, which I normally don't choose to do, but it seemed to be the only way I could decently make it work. And then the other housing block, 3,200 people is a lot, is outside the city here where it's exposed to danger, but I didn't really have a lot of choice. You can see the areas jutting about here of the walls, working their way around it. So this is going to be definitely a map where we're having to make some compromises. Another way that that is happening is down here by the river. Remember in the briefing it said, well, the river is dangerous due to flooding, but you can get fish here. Well, not with pristine, perfect feng shui you can't, because there's nowhere over here again where we can inspect. It's all yellow. Yuck. And I could inspect across the river here and then maybe cross with a bridge, but I'd have to knock down this tree in order to cross that way. If we were going to try to just cross over here or something, it doesn't work. You can't bridge to that sandbar. And then that's also going to be a problem for our trade, because Anyang, and then there are other river trading partners we could potentially have, but this is bad feng shui, and there's nothing over here. And if we took down this wall, where would we get the inspector from? So this is just really a map that I have to do some unusual things and just try to work it out as we go. And then a whole bunch of trade rejections, so we don't have any initial ones that we can even use other than Khufu, who doesn't have anything we particularly are in a hurry to get. So we're just kind of stuck with it as is. Okay, lots of people. Now I want to actually even go beyond that. I want to jack this up as high as possible. And then we're going to get... Nope. Both inspectors' towers on. And also, want to get these farms going as quickly as possible. Both of them. But only one for the time being. Lots of people to feed, and no fish means they're going to have to wait for a harvest. So the more we can get out of this first year's harvest, the better off we're going to be. It's going to take a while to build up food supply in this size of a city. And waiting for one more group to come in. There we go. So now with that in place, let's get our markets going, which we already have the one in place, obviously, but we'll need mills. Going to need 2 mills with this many people. And we'll slide you in here. And there'll be enough room, not a ton extra, but enough room to get an inspector down here, which is as close as I could get the market. So we can try to make sure we get everybody back to that area. And full distribution of our walkers. Then, the fun one. We've got to break in from outside here. And we're going to actually take down this tower in order to do it. Move across. Come in. Block off all these pathways for now so you're not going too far. And then we need a mill. I could put it over here. I'm going to put it over here, I think. And then I'm just going to say we're going to have lots of different food items that we're going to import. So I'm going to say get whatever you can and then only 4 of the salt. And one of the reasons I'm going to keep that limited at 8 is so I don't have too much food stockpiled for one housing block and not enough coming to the other. Nomad camps have become hostile and Shu has become hostile. Great. So I don't think that we're going to have too much luck with a peaceful approach, because the odds that at least one of those attack us are quite high. All the more reason for us to be in a hurry. So both of our mills are up. We've got our markets up. Let's go ahead and... yeah, food shops. Then I think we'll just get our watchtowers. Continuing to throw out the basics. And then I want to get my bronze area next, which is going to be right over here. And you can go ahead and block that off so you don't go too far. And let's make sure you don't go crazy either. And then we'll need a bronze smelter, eventually. once we get the people. There we go. Then, I'm going to bring a road up here and do some logging. Lots of wood up here. I think this is a good place for it. We could try to push up this way to bronze, but again, issues up there with feng shui would never really do that effectively. So, let's get Inspector's Tower here. I think we'll just do something like that. It's probably reasonable. Although I only have enough labor for one of them right now. Oh, don't want to forget my roadblock. There we go. And then we need somewhere to bring the wood. Warehouse right there. And warehouse space is going to be at a fairly high premium on this map as well. We'll just start out by stockpiling some wood. We're not going to be able to save it up too much. And of course, to get our military rolling, we are going to need administrative cities. So now I've just basically got to save up for that. But we're going to be bringing in food soon to our markets. And why are you walking this way? You're walking over to this mill for some reason? Okay. In any case, what I need is right there, Ancestral Shrine to minimize that effect from the market. And same thing down here, we're going to have Tax Office and Acupuncturist, so you're sort of providing some desirability protection. Well, let's get this up then. Administrative City. Right there. And we have actually not. I bet we've got some bronze here. We do. We need to be having, should have done this a little bit earlier, a weaponsmith there. Get rolling. Get to work. Where are we on our labor? Still have enough. Okay. Crossbowman Fort. I'm going to put my first couple forts up here, but they're the new one. We might as well give them a try. No, not there. There we go. I want to be able to get them started right away. I'm actually not going to put up my tax offices yet. Not until we get a couple of wood items stockpiled over here. Because I want to make sure we're not delaying that. And we do have the money. I mean, I'd prefer to put the money to other use, of course, but I want to do what he can. Okay, we're going to get our hemp going. We'll eventually want hemp shops. ×2. One on each end. You can see our food situation, not spectacular. And so our labor situation is going to be going up and down for a bit. Let's get a second weaponsmith. And then you have wood here. You've got more wood coming. Okay, now I think it's time to get up our tax offices. I'll throw one over here. And one over here. And they're complaining about hygiene. Complaint heard. Herbalist. Herbalist. Okay. And now they're starting to work on the crossbowmen. Excellent. More that we can get done, the better. This is going well. And I could start trying to get some more items up, possibly. But I think I should probably try to normalize my wages first. I think if I... Yeah, I've got just enough people to go back to normal. Okay. But our big starting rush, as it were, has been finished. People are continuing to come in. We're up over 1,000. We've got all essential services up. We don't have... We got everything but acupuncturists. We're waiting on hemp to see additional growth. And this can be our first big harvest. We can distribute more food, hopefully. Hygiene is better. Excellent. So I think it's probably a decent time to work on some ceramics. Although, actually, no. I'm going to go silk. I want more money. I'm going to go with silk. So, silkworm shed. Okay. So that's going to give us just enough room. And then if we were to go... So this road is basically off one from where we're going to want it to be. But if I were to put another silkworm shed on this side, there still wouldn't be enough room with the housing. So I think I'm just going to push it out this direction. Now let's get that right. There we go. Now let's move this road. This one can stay where it is. We'll slide you along here. And we're going to have 2 of these, I think is going to be enough. Let's go ahead and... That's a little weird there. Let's get rid of that. Mulberry trees. Okay. Good. Then 11 employees, and how many do we need? 12. Okay, let's go ahead and activate only one of these. And yeah, next harvest is in June, so the second harvest of this year we can still get, which is the point. And I think I'm actually going to jack this up one more level to get that. We don't really need any weavers yet, not till we start bringing this in. But this is going to give us something to start making some money. And then I think we can go ceramics. We're really not going to bring in any more people. In fact, we got people leaving over here due to lack of food until we start getting this harvest in. But they're harvesting the wheat now. So we'll see how that goes. And we're definitely going to want our warehouse over here to collect some hemp. And I actually think I'm going to want a warehouse by the other area too, because this is just going to be too far away. So where can we put a warehouse on this side? That is a good spot. And I don't see a lot of other great spots along here. We could also use this, potentially. But for now, I'm just going to throw the warehouse there. And hope that I'm right about wanting it there. So, just 4 hemp. Just enough to supply your shop. And so we're starting to get a sense now of how sprawling this map, this mission's going to be. It's just, things are all over the place. We're down to a little under 3,000. But we also should be collecting some taxes. So we shouldn't be too bad in terms of just losing money other than what I'm spending to do construction. You can see, okay, they stocked up this wheat, then they kept on going then to fill up this area. Because they had, okay. Alright, we're going to have to jack it up again. Just until we can get the people in. There's more people leaving due to lack of food, and there's nothing we can do but wait. But at least at this point, we're getting some food to go in both locations. And the bean curd taken off. We still have more wheat hanging out over here. For now, while we wait for something to actually do with it, I should probably accept raw silk there. So there's somewhere for it to go. Yep. How are our crossbowmen doing, by the way? We've got a decent amount, and at least so far... I was about to say at least so far nobody's attacking us yet. But the nomad camps have decided, guess what, we're coming. Okay. Well, we haven't done a defend the walls bit in a while. Let's at least move our crossbowmen inside here so that when they come, whatever we have, well, will be inside the city. And I think we're going to be sticking at the same population. We don't really have enough food in either place. I don't want you over there. Come back over here. We don't have enough food in either place to upgrade our food quality. We've just got enough to get some for everybody. So we're just going to have to stick with that. And I don't think I want to produce any silk or anything until we actually deal with the nomads. I think we just want to wait at this point. We actually did get some decent food over here, but we don't have a lot of variety, so I don't think that's going to hold up. I think we'll probably end up losing some of these people. The Xiongnu are just about here. Time to prepare for their arrival. We need to close this up with a gate. so they can't get in. And then in order to make sure everybody we want to get through can, we have to man the towers. Short on employees, so we will boost up our wages to the top, and that's still not quite, well, it just barely is enough people, I guess. I'm also going to drop down one of these. Just have one group of loggers going, give myself a few more workers. And we've got, what at this point? 11 crossbowmen, here they are. May 769, they are coming up from this direction. And it looks like they've got two groups, horsemen, and then a smaller group of infantry. So we want to try to fight them off as best we can. We also have to be careful. If we lose too many soldiers, then we'll lose the battle. Got everybody on the walls firing at them. They can't get in, but they can do a bunch of damage to the outside. Now, the best thing they have at knocking down the walls, the infantry are going to be more effective at that. So we're going to come out here and try to... Uh-oh. Horsemen coming out as well. But I want to try to battle off their infantry. We're going to lose some people out here, but we got more people firing down from the walls. There's only a couple horsemen. So I'm hoping we'll be okay. We have 12. We're down to 11. Alright. We're down to 9, but their infantry is gone. That's going to make it a lot easier for us to keep them... Well, no, they're not. They got a couple of them over there. We're up to 10. Okay, that horseman is down, but looky here. Collapsed building. It's the mill there. So they've interfered. Hold on, are you running away, actually? See if we can go after you. Yeah, if they're actually going to retreat, that's great for us. You go ahead and do that. But they're interrupting our goal of getting all our inspectors through and everything. And, of course, now we're not going to have any food for that area, but we have other problems to deal with. Yeah, let's come over around this way some more. I just basically want to be over here, be able to fire at their horses. And we got the people on the walls that are going to help with that as well. Yeah, we're kind of milling around here a little bit more. Let's move over a little further. And they knocked down this mill and a whole bunch of people, horsemen, really causing trouble over there. Okay, we've got 2 that have charged us. We're probably going to lose some to them. So there's only so much we can do with them basically outnumbering us, but we just want to... Okay. That collapses due to lack of an inspector. Okay, you're down. Keep moving. Still got some over here. We want to be careful that we don't trigger too many of them at once. Another one of them just went down. You're just kind of wandering around the corner here, which is not the most wise thing ever. Everybody else is just kind of shooting, which is what I want you to do. And we should eventually wear through them this way. It's not the most pleasant situation, but it's going to get us the win. Obviously, a lot of damage being taken, but we kept the integrity of our walls. You see, we're getting some replacement soldiers consistently. Sometimes they'll go straight for your fort, but this time they wanted to break in. Having both mills down and not getting any food, that's my biggest problem. So I Okay, looks like they're leaving now. Okay. Now, everybody, you go back up to steady morale from your experience in battle. Got to replace a mill here. And I'm actually going to try to move this over here. Administrative City can stay just where it is. But this mill, I want to actually put on this side now. Okay, then we'll move... Well, I gotta get to where I can see it. Take down the gate. Stop manning the walls. Okay. Administrative City. Right there. Then up this way, we need to put up our mill. And, of course, over there is no good. So this is where the mill goes. And this is back to the view that we're used to. Okay. So now we've got to get more food in, is our key problem to solve. We can drop this down, save some money. And the initial crisis is over. If they come back again, hopefully we will be stronger, with more crossbowmen and all of that. But we do have to concern ourselves now with turning a profit, and also with making sure that we can actually do an homage offering. Which I'm hoping you'll just... Okay, we got some hemp in both places. Let's give you some hemp. Is that enough to do it? No. Okay. We need to produce some silk to turn a profit here, is basically where we are. They're delivering a bunch of stuff here. That's going to get brought over here. We'll bring you up to plain food. And keep you at bland down here. We're going to have some hemp distributed. All of that's going to occur. But jack this back up a level. And nope. Weavers are what I want. There's all good places along here, so 4 weavers should be enough to cover the silk that we're producing. And then I'm hoping we can build this fast enough. Okay. I want to produce this fast enough. We're going to say, don't accept the raw silk here. But we will take 8. Produce enough silk to make our ancestors happy before they throw a fit. And we'll be able to fill those up more once everything here gets taken care of. Got more food being delivered, more hemp coming through. Again, this is pretty solid. These houses starting to move up. Okay. Well, I might have to drop this down, but right now I'll go up to plain over here as well. And we're still short on workers. But we have more people coming in, so that's going to rectify itself very shortly. And I want to drop that wage rate when I can. Where are we at on silk? Only one. Come on. Weavers, you can do it. Produce more for me. There we go, as a second one. I think the smallest amount I can give them is 3. And that would be number 3 right there. Okay. 3 silk. Wonderful. Okay, now that is dealt with. Now we've got to try to make a profit. So we can do other things. And Khufu, the one trade deal we can actually act on right now, well, we could go into the bronze and produce bronzeware, but they're not interested in buying any of our silk. Who is? Nomad camps, they'll take our silk. Yulin, they'll take our silk as well. Anyi, no. Obviously nothing there. Pingyang will take it, but this is another water route, which won't do us any good because we can't do water trading stations on this map. Shu produces silk, and Wu wants silk and weapons, which we are also producing, and they want to give us a whole bunch of food, and food is what we want. So we pretty much want to engage heavily with Wu at this point, but I need then to build up either enough weapons or silk, more likely to get silk first. By the way, I should be accepting weapons over here. Because I may have some extras. Let's see. Oh, I don't have any extras yet. But you have the maximum number of soldiers, and so I will have extra weapons soon. Excellent. So we want to save up our silk and get Wu on our side for a trade deal. And meanwhile, it's just the continuing bits of farming, waiting to get everything stocked up to the point where we want it. And now we can drop down our wage rate to normal. There we go. That's going to serve us much better. I also want to switch our logging scenario. I actually want to get rid of this one entirely. Now, it's just too far away to be useful. For example, okay, the nomad camps want 7 bolts of silk, so we're going to have to delay what we're doing to get it to them. At least we have the operation here going. But when they have to drag it from there all the way, for example, down here to this tax office, that's just not good. So if we can, see, there or here, none of those places. Well, this would work, but I don't think the inspector's coming quite down that far. We'll put it here. You can do here and here. And we'll just grab the 4 here. So you have some stored to deliver there. And then that way we can operate a little bit more efficiently. Then, of course, we need to go anywhere else. It's still going to be a long trip, but I'd rather diversify where I have all that at. Where are we at then on our silk? We got 5. We just need a couple more. We're starting to stockpile weapons. So, I mean, if we get those up first, we can just send weapons off to Wu and not silk. Lots of people, though. So, let's, first of all, let's get another food shop. On each side, we're need a little bit careful of cash, though, until we get this in. I don't think I can really build anything that's cheap. So we're just going to accept the pretty high unemployment for now. It's a little tighter on cash than I expected to get, but that was not a fun invasion from the nomad camps. Okay, we've got the silk now. So that's that problem. Then we need more, so that we can bribe our way into a trade deal. Three weapons, another one coming. I think we're going to have silk first. Got two. And we're just sort of in one of those holding patterns at the moment. Got plenty of wheat, but we're out of everything else. Waiting for bean curd. And you've got nothing. Oh, you just bought some more. Good. That's why you have nothing there. Okay, the nomad camps are happier with us. Good. Yeah, the bean curd is coming, so it doesn't look like anybody's going to run out of food, which is excellent. Up to 4 silk. Let's see if that's enough. Alright, here we go. Trade with Wu does in fact open up. Excellent. Now, we've stalled out a build on our silk, because we've actually got as much stored as we want to store at the moment. But, making a bit of a profit, actually a half-decent one, on our taxes. Now we can really get going. So we're going to build a trading post here. Well, for now at least, I actually don't need an inspector here. I can just extend this. We're going to sell silk, we're going to sell weapons. And I want to buy this stuff, but wait until we get a little bit of cash in from this first. So what do I have the weapons set to? Yeah. Now go and empty them. Of course, our crossbowmen still ready to defend the city.
Confucius says,
and there are many things that we can go ahead and do once we actually get some of this cash in. In case anybody else wants silk, we've got some built up here. Food is, well, it's being used up. We're into the next wheat farming season. Not a whole lot there. How much do you have left? 564, okay. That needs to hold until we get more wheat in. So I think we have enough food for our current people, but we could definitely stand to import more. Here come some traders. Excellent. And I need to make sure we're keeping an eye on all of that. Seems to be somewhere in the vicinity of 50 to 75 per month profit. But where did my traders go? Did they not actually visit us? That's kind of weird. I can't really do anything without them, because I need them to buy what we're selling. Or wait a really long time for taxes to get us some more money. There we go. Now we have ourselves a situation. And now we're going to buy everything you can give us. Fish, rice, salt. Bring it all in. Stock up our mill. Get us some more food. How's the food doing over here? Pretty good supply. We brought the wheat down here. We're out of food, but temporary. Let's see if you bring this over here fast enough. Because it's not going to be a lot. Wasn't a great deal of bean curd there, but it's something. I think we're going to get here soon enough to avoid people moving out. Yeah, you get up to 400 there. They got fish here, rice, salt, and they've got bean curd come in. Okay. Now you can go to appetizing. But we can use up some of this money. We got plenty of labor, of course. Palace, first of all. I'm going to put you down there. That gets us a mint. This is going to help our money even more. It basically is the direct... they're going to make currency out of it. Copper ore can be turned into strings of cash. So they're going to need to be able to have access to this, which is why I'm putting it up this way. Plus, it also increases our profit from trade. So that's not going to hurt any either. And they've got to go mine this before they can actually start doing it. Okay. Then, let's get another fort. I think it'd probably be a good time for a chariot one. I also want to expand our bronze operation. So let's see. Go ahead and do that. Come over this way. Let's get bronzeware. A couple of you. We'll need a clay. That'll work. Inspector's tower. Yep. Okay, you stop there. And then, yeah, you went this way, which is not what I want. Let's block this off here. Okay. I'm not going to want a lot of bronzeware here, but let's get some. For now. Call it 8. I want this to support our next bit. Because I want another trading partner. And that's going to be Shu down here, who produces silk. They can give us more rice and fish, but also we can sell bronzeware to them. We can get some benefit out of our bronze industry along with the weapons. And there's more room for another smelter up there. So, going to want to eventually throw bronzeware your way. So that's going to take care of profits very nicely. We can see our mint in operation, pouring the bronze out. At least the animation representing that. And we're a lot lower on cash. Or, not cash, I meant to say labor. No festival, but we're about to get the musicians up to move up to our next tier. I'm going to put this over here so it can still be inspected. And I want one down here as well. Say about that. That should cover getting those to both. Let's see, where are we at? Pretty good. Ceramic shop's up, and of course I'm going to want to make some ceramics next. Whoops. There we are. But we'll wait to get some more workers in for that. Bring in some fish over here. Some salt. Let's see if we can make you go up to appetizing. Good variety here. And we're continuing to use all the food they give us in that area. Bronzeware. Just starting to get some in. Okay. Do we want another trading partner, though? I would like to go for... I could go for either Yulin or the Nomad camps, really. And I don't think it really matters that much which one. I could get game meat, which is a different kind of food. Do I really need it? Probably not. But I'm going to go with Yulin anyway, because we don't like the Nomad camps. So, let's try a silk gift to them. Might as well work on that while I have the opportunity. And we're now spiking up. More people coming in. And there's our flood, which, if we were building down here, we'd really care about. And the people being turned around to go different directions. Some problems going up this way, but overall we're not messing too much with that part of the map, so it's minimal effect on us. And now our population's coming up.
And as no knowledge is fit to be a teacher.
I'm going to do some ceramics down here. Well, okay, there's another one. Bit of an interesting split there, but we'll take it. And that should at least get us started trying to supply. Whoops, what message did I miss there? Not a good one to miss. Okay. Wu demands bronzeware, so that's going to slow down what I was planning on doing with getting Shu on board. Get some ceramics over here. And they want 7 bronzeware. We have 2. Well, I guess get busy. They're both working away. We may not have enough for them to get it on time, but we should get it eventually. I'm pretty happy with our silk production, our bronzeware production. I think it's time to begin thinking about where we're going to put up our monument, our temple complex, which is going to be up here. Let's see. I think something like this. There's room to come all the way around it. You're probably, if you're a careful observer, noticing that this is actually bigger than the previous monuments we've done. So, this is not going to be subtle. Let's get a road connecting up here in some fashion or way. Lots of cash. Cash is not a problem. We're up to almost 2,000. Yulin took the silk. I don't think I sent an emissary to them. Let's try that. And then here, we're going to want wood. So let's see. Let's get a construction guild, carpenter's guild rather. That'll start things off. Oh yeah. We have lots and lots of people. So now we have to start thinking about, okay, where do we want to put our elite housing? Because that's pretty much the final piece of this puzzle as we get up over 2,000. And I want to do that over in this area. And we're going to line up right over here to be able to supply the inspection and all of that that needs to happen. So you're going to go there. Then let's have a warehouse right next to you. And let's see, let's just bring this down. Okay. So this is going to collect everything that we want over in this area. And then if we may or may not need it, but I wouldn't mind having another wood shed just to deliver things here. And look, we're going to have plenty of labor. So I think I actually don't want to bring it from this area, though, probably. There's not a lot of trees. Well, there's trees over in this area. I could... Is there anything I can do behind here? Yes. Not so well. I could... Maybe over here? Nope. We'll just do it here. I'd like to get into all of this, of course, but... It'll work very effectively either way. Okay, we have trade with you, Lynn. Excellent. Build up a logging shed there. And connect this up. Okay. Then let's hook up. Let's see. Wait for you to come back. Block this off. And then let's try hooking up a road that goes, say, something like this. Because they're going to want to bring the wood around here to the warehouse and then probably back up this way. Yep, I forgot about your bronzeware. That's true. But we don't have it all yet. We only have 6. How close are we? I would like to keep that relationship from getting too bad, so... Yep, you're just coming this way. So we'll be able to hand that to you. We're definitely behind on using up our people. Send it. Better late than never. And Wu is not super happy with us. Okay. We'll send them another small gift of silk, just to tide them over. Keep them on our good side. Make sure we can keep trading. You, Lin. Let's put you over here. Buy all of your meat. Buy all of your salt, just because we can. We can sell silk to you. We can sell weapons to you if we happen to have any extras. As far as that goes, we can sell wood to you. And that way, any extras that aren't needed in the various places, we're stockpiling them. Everything pretty much has a use. This is full. Tons of people. We're at 2,300. And... okay, we still need some ceramics in these places. I would like to have another ceramics bit over here. You could hold... well, you can hold a whole bunch of stuff. You're going to need what? You're going to need hemp. This is the elite housing supply area. You're going to need bronzeware. And actually, you can hold 8 and I can stop holding it in the other place. You're going to need silk. Just go with 4 there. We're going to need ceramics. 4 there as well. What am I missing? There's something else you're going to need. Ceramics, silk. Nope, that'll be it. Although you can store stone, we're going to want some of that as well. Okay. So we're going to shift around. You do not know what bronzeware is anymore. get a ceramics industry up over here in some way. Looks like I'm going to want it along here. Yeah. You can basically chill. Yeah, we might be able to get away with it, but I'm going to pass. Okay, let's do the one there for now. I want to fit another kiln here, but I need to figure out what am I going to do here? How am I going to fit in my elite housing? And then we can get to that. They're beginning the work on the temple complex with the wood and the carpenter, so all of that is good. I should probably just set up. We have plenty of labor. I should set up a couple of laborers' camps. Just as a nice spot for it over here. Let's just do 2 of you for now. Can always change that up later. For the elite housing, then, I'm going to use this as one boundary. Say we come up to about here. And we need 4 of these to hit our target population. So I'm just going to do your basic 2x2 square. We're not at the point where I have to design or engineer these any further. Just going to humble compounds. Okay, so you're going to want to come down to there. And let's see. Should come out to here. See if this works. I like how we can just plant everything right underneath the panda. Dimensions appear to be correct. Block this off. Come over this way. Grand Market Square. And then no, or open to market employees, rather. At these points. Labor, we still have a ton of it. How about our temple complex? Okay, we've got our laborers gradually filling in this next part. We've seen all that before. Got some ceramic. Let's see if we can get anybody up in here. Okay, needs another ceramics, but at least we're started. Inspector there. Watchtower. You seem to be okay with going anywhere around here, well, most places. Because there's pandas around, just gonna try to give you a bit of a boost so we can get an extra special one. There we are. Herbalist. Acupuncturist. Somewhere. There we go. We'll need an ancestral shrine. And of course we'll need shops of all various sundries. We don't need 2 food ones, we'll put them up anyway. Just so we have a full bit here. Hemp. Ceramics. Silk. Bronzeware. Okay, looks like we have enough people here. Enough ceramics, rather. There we go. So this should at least be beginning the process, and we'll add more as it is needed. And this continues. How are we doing on our trade items? Let's see, shoe. We still need to work on them. How are we doing on bronzeware? Do we have enough? We don't have any bronzeware at the moment, so we do not. It got taken up here by the shop, quite naturally. Okay. We'll wait to get that going. 2,600. We only need 600 more people. We have lots of unemployment. Let's see. Do we have the ability for another laborer's camp here? Yeah. It's a good way to just chew up some more people. Okay. Let's just quickly check how our basic... Got lots of food here. So they're still consuming ceramics faster than we can produce it. And not a lot of food here. But you have enough here to buy more. Please tell me you're going to get it. Looks like you're headed out that way. Okay. Let's get our acupuncturist. Acupuncturist. One there. One here. And we need acrobats as well. So I'm going to do something a little strange. I'm going to put one way over here. Basically, I want two of them. So I'm just going to hook up some kind of road this way. And then your only job is to inspect this. Need more employees, really? Okay, fine. We're going to shut down one of you. I just want to spike my housing as far as it can go now. And then we'll connect you over there. Block this off so nobody gets any ideas about going that way. We've got some various items continuing here. Obviously, cash continues to not be a problem, even with all the expenses that we have going. Okay, I want another acrobatics area. Because we have 3 different housing blocks to get to. So we'll put you there. Put an inspector next to you. And I'm hoping that then the 2 acrobatics areas will be enough to send people out to all 3. I don't think there's a really good acrobatics area that I can put over here, so that's a bit of a problem. You know what? It's probably time. Hopefully it doesn't hurt us too much on food. And you are actually close enough to the mill to buy over this way. So that's nice. And what do we think about the situation? Need access to an acrobat before it can evolve. Okay. Nothing we can really do about that right now. We'll need eventually tasty food over here. But they're actually already doing that. So, cool. And down to 2,300 actually. Yeah, okay, we have a ceramics problem. That's what we have. We just need to produce more. So we're going to start by just adding another kiln. And frankly, just to get caught up here, I don't think it would hurt me to do a 3rd set of ceramics. Although you have some here, and this has some. So that's not a problem. The problem is getting them, I think, here. Then down here we have some. Okay. The problem we're having is getting enough to where we can get them into this area. So anywhere up here who's interested in having a clay pit. Could do it here. Where are we at on... Yeah, we need more workers. Fine. We've got plenty of money. Nope. Nope. Okay, this'll work. I just need one more spot, really. Up here? Sure. It's a little bit disconnected, but they're close enough to each other. And this is really more than we should need, but whatever, it'll work. Now we're eventually going to need stone as well for producing this temple, which is continuing to have work gradually done on it. So, let's get to that. Oh, okay, we'll bump those back up. Yeah, let's just keep the inspector right up here. Ahem. Right up here. Thank you. Okay. And... Nope. Nope. Stone works. So these flat areas are basically going to be used for our stone, and we need to build nearby. So we'll just grab one of those, and if one is good, then two is better, right? And they're just going to go around and chop, chop, chop away. I am storing, yes. Over here, I want to make sure I'm storing the stone in a reasonable area. I am. Let's perhaps build some more connections. Do something like this. Just make it a little easier to get over there. And all of that should work very nicely. Lots of... Oh, I didn't mean to jump them up that high. There we go. 2,600. Okay, you have some of the appeal of the neighborhood going here and some ceramics. Once ceramics get distributed, I may have to... I'll just throw in some statues if I have to boost everything up. Okay, that... We've got some appeal of the neighborhood thing. Wait, only an attractive cottage. And I didn't have room to put a grand way on this end, so that makes sense to me why that would have happened. We are going to try to be careful here. There we go. And gradually address the situation. So, soldiers. No. There we go. Got a couple over here. You're in need of appeal. So we're just gonna spot wherever we need to. Okay, this is a different... There we go. Good luck, fellas. I think we're going to be able to take you on this time. I'm surprised they decide to hit us again. Alright, let's... Well, I didn't want to destroy the road. Move again.
You must relax.
There we go. That's where I want to be. Throw some more sculptures in. Now this one looks like... yeah. More neighborhood appeal. What do you need? Like, you've got sculptures right next to you. Let's see if I can... put even more sculptures in then, I guess. Oh, that one still needs to have the garden removed. So hard to make sure I'm hitting the right spot here. $3,000 people. Okay, that helps. You know, you've got an awful lot of inducements nearby you. I think I may just leave it. So, I just needed a grand way down there. 2 months. And it didn't really work out in this particular case. Nonetheless, where are we at? We've got enough to almost hit that 3,200 with our current housing. And we've got a few houses here that could use some improvement. So we're going to make it. There we go. I do not. Let's just check in real quick on our temple complex. Okay. Wow, plenty of people. Yeah, let's add you up. Let's also work on... we're going to need at least one of these others. So, Masons and Ceramists. Which, by the way, I am not storing any clay. So, I've got stone over here. We'll have to fight them first, but I need to be storing clay for later on. I don't have anything for the Ceramists. Okay, they're coming down on this end, away from where our soldiers are. They are smart. But as smart as they are, I think we may be able to handle them. Now we want to take the usual precautions again. First of all, man the walls, fortifications, and I actually built this in the way because I didn't think I would need it. But apparently I do. Okay, we're going to move around. So we will knock out that Weaver for now. There are probably other better places we can put it anyway. City wall. Come on. We're actually going to need to get rid of the other Weaver as well. So let's see. What better places do we have? That's a good one. And this will work. I mean, that's better permanent solution. And there's our gate. Here they are. They're causing trouble. Our chariots are going to cause them trouble back. As are our crossbowmen. Nope, not what I want you to do. There we go. Let's get over here a little bit more. And it looks like they're mostly down. We're going to replace a mill, but I think that's about it. Maybe a few soldiers. Yeah, you go run. We kept all of our chariots. We lost a few crossbowmen, but not even that many of those. Okay, where did I lose? Why did you collapse? My inspector should have been able to continue to get through. That should not have happened. I don't like losing both mills again. But it is what it is. Go. Go. And then we need to stop manning. Knock this down. What was even there? I think that was a weaver. Now let's see, how much do we have in the markets still? Oh, there's no food there. That's not a good sign. And there's a pretty decent amount of food here. We're going to be harvesting here. But also, we have some food here to import. So, we shouldn't be going down to nothing.
Confucius says, he who keeps the old kingdom and adds new knowledge is fit to be a teacher.
So we'll see how bad this gets for our workforce. But I don't anticipate it being too terrible. And we are actually, for the moment, over the population mark. But we still have all of this to deal with. Oh, yes, I did need to... Hey, we're up to humble compounds. Can't go further without a Confucian Academy. You need to get the clay. That's my next item on the agenda. That should be enough. And how are we doing on ceramics? We've got a lot of ceramics stored up. Okay. You're going to stop working. You're going to stop working. Well, actually, let's keep... I'm going to keep one of you working in each area. So one there.
These buildings are as solid as Mount Tation.
Good for the buildings. Pyongyang suffers famine. Send them 6 bushels of wheat. You know what? I'm going to say no. I'm really sorry about your famine, but we have a food problem of our own. Unless we recover this faster than I expect us to. Because we're going to have a bunch of wheat, but it's all going to get bought up, I think. Okay, you've got enough there for them to buy appetizing. You've just got salt. We've got wheat coming in. We've got some meat here. Okay, we have enough now, it says. I think we're going to survive this. I'll go ahead and send it to you. I'm going to be a softie. Okay, we've got more wheat here still. We've got salt here still. What we need is our soybeans, which are now departing. Okay. $11,000 cash. That's not a problem. can turn some of this stuff off. Let's speed up what we're doing over here. Let's get another Carpenter's Guild. And later on, I'm going to want as many Masons probably as I can throw at this. So... let's see. No? Let's wrap this around. You have road access now, don't you? Yeah. Any more room for Mason's Guild around here? Doesn't appear so. Pingyang is more happy with us. Yay. They have cursed our crops. Well, in fairness, I totally forgot about them. But Huangdi is still contented, so that's just a random event. We have way more salt than we need. Have some salt, just because I feel like giving you something. You know, it probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to just get that agreement with Shu anyway. Just because... I'll give you 8. Just because we can't. Because they can import more food to us. So let's just make sure we do that. Okay, we're back to work. Alright. More carpenters, believe it or not. Emissary to Shu. You just... okay, we're out of food again. We're out of food again. We've got all kinds of rice here. Are you not accepting rice down here or something? You are. Why is it not being brought to you? Is my question. Does it only believe in bringing it to, you know, the one mill? We'll see. Maybe it'll eventually bring it down there and it just got delivered. But now we're down to 2 food ingredients again here. And we're out of food again. Okay, you are going to bring the rice down here. You're just taking your sweet time with it. Sure, that crop curse last year didn't help us at all. Okay, carpenter is at work. And now our ceramist needs some clay, which is being brought immediately. You can see our stone here is all set. Our stone workers over here doing their thing. Trade with Shu opens up. Okay, let's see where we can possibly do this at. Well, I mean, all of this is very nice territory. The only question is getting it inspected, but we'll just do something like that. buy fish. We're going to buy rice. I don't want to hear anything about not having enough food anymore. And we're going to sell some bronzeware too while we're at it. Now we can still dress up this area over here, just to give ourselves some more margin. Let's see. And we have another flood that we don't care about, really. You're still not high enough? Tough sell. There. And once again, we're having problems over here. Yep, need more workers. People moving out because there's no food. Got more food being brought in, though. And we're not even to the next wheat harvest yet, so it's just going to be a back and forth here for a bit longer, I think. Once we actually get this stabilized, then I can worry about whether or not I have any appeal problems there. Jack up pay even more. Okay. Bringing in more clay. The temple proper is just about done. Yeah, and once again, we have wheat coming now. We have rice. How much food can you people eat anyway? And now they're all moving back in again. We're at not a lot of food. Go get more. And off they go to do exactly that. But now we're at least stockpiling more. And we're headed back in the right direction. So we're done here. Oh, still carpenting the last little bits. We'll get those up in a minute. There we go. Over 1,000 workforce. That's not a bad city. And now comes the stone. Looks like I may have underestimated how much we wanted to store. Yes. But here come our masons. Okay, they're building a wall around the edge here. We have some more stone here. Do you care to bring it to the site? 10 more blocks of stone. I mean, we've still got to get the population back up anyway, but... Looks like we... not there. Yep. Got an appeal issue here as well that we can rectify. No? You want more? We'll give you more. There we go. These, I'm just going to let them go and be what they are. Got enough housing to get us back up over the limit. Food here. Got a pretty good amount. We've got more to supply. Got plenty here. Yeah. I'm feeling pretty good about that now. So back to this. More stone has been delivered. And you've got bunches of it here. I'm not really sure why you're not bringing it over here. Just give you more room, perhaps? Okay. They're waiting to deliver the larger blocks of stone for them to cut here. I was misunderstanding how that building was working. Okay. So they are quarrying that into smaller mounts, which they then are hauling over. And then once they get them here, they can bring them over to our site, which needs 6 more. So we're pretty close. A lot to learn in this map. Soybeans work pretty much like our other crops have. It's just a question of learning when they are farmed. But then we've got the stone. We've got the mint, which was over here. We have the wonderful fun trying to work around all of this river situation. A lot going on, but it is almost through. Only need 2 more to be brought. And it looks like they're gradually making their way around. We're back up over 3,200, likely to stay there. The last block's coming, and then we just have to wait for the masons to do their thing. And what comes after this wall? looking rather decorative for just being made out of blocks of stone. I think we've got all the stone here now. Yeah, just need the masons. Wow. That is actually some pretty nice landscaping they have in there. Temple complex, the most harmonious temple complex, has been completed. You'll be remembered by Nuwa for this great accomplishment. And there it is.
The impressive new capital at Lo Yi now stands proudly on the banks of the powerful and unpredictable Yellow River. Unfortunately, the rise of our new capital has also given birth to a new sense of fractious independence among the many cities of the kingdom, the leaders of which no longer bow as low as they once did to the king of Zhou.
Yes, so as we have noted before, we are beginning to see more and more disintegration of the dynasty, but nonetheless, we have accomplished our latest task. Be back soon with more Emperor Rise of the Middle Kingdom. Thanks everyone for joining me.